pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital. Your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos from 6 p.m. as always on your Monday through Thursday weeknights. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. We do got DeMornay Pierson-El on the Allo VIP line where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Shout out to the people of Lincoln. This guy, you're going to love him, DeMornay. Well, too bad you're not streaming today, DeMornay Pierson-El, but we do got this one kid out here in front of the window. Encourage you guys all to watch the streams. Oh, he's actually doing cartwheels. That was pretty good. All right, shout out to the people of Lincoln. DeMornay Pierson-El. I just got a cartwheel show in front of the Ticket Studio. How are you doing on a Wednesday night? DeMornay Pierson-El. Maybe we don't have DeMornay just quite yet. All right, DeMornay Pierson-El, I'm going to let you go and go ahead and just try to call back. And we'll just keep it solo in the meantime until we can get DeMornay Pierson-El on the Al VIP line. But nonetheless, what's on the slate for today is we want to talk a lot of NFL, as we'll try to bring DeMornay Pierson-El in here one more time. Bear with me while we work through this. All right, DeMornay Pierson-El, can you hear me now? Yeah, unfortunately for DeMornay, if you can hear me, your audio is not feeding through at all. So we'll keep trying. And we might even throw it to an early break here if we need to, but I'll quick preview what we are going to talk about. NFL, we'll do some NFL picks. We'll talk some Husker football. We do got some audio quotes from Holgerson. I was thinking about playing some of those as well if we got time for it, but I definitely want to dive into the NFL. Week 1 was awesome. It just felt like a lot of games were closer than people were anticipating. Again, you watch a game like the Jets-Steelers where maybe both fan bases felt squirrely about who was at their center or behind center at quarterback position with an older Aaron Rodgers and then Justin Fields, who has just been a very rocky up and down start to his career. They both looked pretty good. And it was not think anybody was anticipating a 30-plus performance from either of those squads. And the Steelers just became a lot more dangerous from anything that anybody was saying preseason. You watch that Steelers in that opening week, almost got to rewrite the script of wherever you thought during the offseason. Same thing with the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins you probably weren't high on. I don't think anybody was that down on them. Again, they got boat raced, not by, a Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Indianapolis Colts and Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, Jonathan Taylor, and a pretty good offensive line. And a really, really good defense. I mean, the Colts are one of the frisky teams to watch because although you might not be just jaw drop talent, hit the floor when you're looking up and down the paper, they are good enough, steady defense, and a really, really experienced quarterback. I don't know what the ceiling ever is for Daniel Jones. He starts off hot and he seems to fade as the season goes on, whether it's due to just taking a bunch of hits or the way he plays. But I mean, if he can stay healthy, Jonathan Taylor can stay healthy. If they can just keep running the ball, they don't need to score 30 points every game like that, especially when you're only going to give up 3. Very impressed with what those guys are doing. And I'll be intrigued to see if Daniel Jones could kind of keep it going. I mean, that's always been the problem for him. He's been unable to keep it going later in the season. And then obviously with the Dolphins, I mentioned it. I don't think anybody had super high expectations for McDaniel and crew other than be okay and give us a few flashes of hope, 0 flashes of hope to be found in that game versus the Colts. And another quick update. We do got Royals still on the brick and mortar. So streaming only until this game's over. Top of the 9th, 4-3. Kansas City Royals are up by 1. 4-3, top of the 9th, and they need it. Every single game coming the Kansas City Royals' way right now, they I shouldn't say absolutely need to win, but time's running out. And I think they're probably 4 games back last night. Haven't checked all the scores yet to see what all the other teams did, but yesterday being 4 games back, you're 73-72 on the year. Not a lot of ball left to be played. If you can take down a decent Guardians team tonight, you absolutely need to do so because you knew that none of these games against the Guardians are probably going to be easy, pretty evenly matched there. You're sitting 4 games back until the result of this game drops and maybe look at some of the other scores when we get an opportunity to. But just it's getting a little hard to have a ton of hope that the Royals can find a way to get it done unless they win this game and then after the fact go on a serious heater. But back to the NFL, that is, again, your Royals update. Middle of the 9th now. Kansas City Royals just need to get 3 strikes and do not give up any runs, and the Royals can escape with the victory as the Guardians are getting ready to bat up here next at the bottom of the 9th inning. Some other NFL games. Let me go back, look at the scores. Obviously, Bills, Ravens. Knew both those teams were good. Found out they were both really, really good. Ravens, I know they lost, but you could seriously make an argument about the Ravens still being the best team in the NFL, just on what they have on talent and what they can possibly be. Unreal effort by Bills and Josh Allen to make that comeback. But seriously, on the road, if that's in Baltimore, you probably pick Ravens to win by 1 point as opposed to the Bills. My Chicago Bears, disappointing. Vikings, intriguing. J.J. McCarthy, NFC Offense Player of the Week. Incredible. I don't think anybody had that on their card. So, with that being said, though, we'll throw it to an early break here. We'll see if we can get to Morning Pierson-El back on the other side. So, bear with me. We'll go longer to make up for it, but we'll throw it to break. Don't punt hour. As I said, Harrison is just going solo for now. We'll bring in the Morning Pierson-El on the other side if possible.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Rolloffs, cleanup made simple.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Pierson-El.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Don't Punt Hour, segment number 2, and everybody cross your fingers. Good morning, Pierson-El. Do we got you now on the Allo VIP line? Good morning, Pierson-El. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you worried me there, man. I asked him then, and I don't know if you caught it. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I just told the entire audience, cross your fingers. I was about to look like a downright fool. But nonetheless, this is the Don't Punt Hour. And now we do have the host of the Don't Punt Hour, Good morning, Pierson-El, the former Husker, wide receiver, special teams threat, whatever you want to label him. He's got a few of them joining us as well. And 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. And good morning, you missed it, but everyone should be paying attention to the streams. There was a young gentleman who was doing cartwheels and all sorts of performances in front of the window there. It was, I was impressed. A little bit of extra content. You could see the people of Lincoln and what they're doing. And tonight it was a lot of cartwheels and a bunch of crazy faces in front of the window here. And he got his airtime. But nonetheless, talk to you about off air. Let's start with the new stadiums. So the first one coming up, we'll start with this because we're already aware of it. So the Chicago Bears, finally, it seems like the politics stuff and all that's kind of getting ironed out. There's some hope. Now the mayor is saying he likes the direction that it's going. They are Arlington Heights announced, what did he say? They are happy, quote, happy with the way the project is advancing, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot considering how tumultuous what it's been trying to build this new stadium. So that one, I believe 2031 is the projected goal. At the same time, the Denver Broncos also getting a new arena that I believe they're also trying to get open by 2031. With that being said, the Broncos is being paid for, which I love, not by any taxpayers. It's just the rich donors getting together and making it happen with all the money that they get.
I mean, the owner is the Walton family. I mean, they run Walmart, so I mean, yep. I think he got it covered. So he's not worried about it being paid for it at all.
You would think that a lot of these guys wouldn't be worried about having it covered, but I'm always amazed by some of these billionaires being like, you know what? I just don't have it. I got to tax the people. It's not in the cards. My Walmart stock isn't enough. No, I won't be surprised if it's called Walmart Field. Because that's a lot of Walmart money.
Sam's Club or something like that. I mean, we'll see. I mean, empowering is still. We'll see with that one. I'll be interested on where the new stadium will be at, because I feel like their stadium, honestly, right downtown is beautiful. It's a nice location.
It's pretty close where they want to put it tomorrow. They do plan on putting it. I believe not terribly far away on what they're planning. Like it's not way outside of the city. I think it's actually, and realistically, maybe like 5 miles away. If I might be wrong on that, but I don't think it's too far from where the old one is.
Well, that'd be surprising. Is it going to be like a dome type situation, or will it be kind of open as it is like now?
They're going to definitely go with the retractable roof. At least I think that's everything I've read up to this point, which does lead me to the next question. Where do you sit with the retractable roofs versus keeping it open? You have the fans that like to romanticize it, like the Green Bay Packers. They would, I think, scream if anyone wanted to go ahead and put a roof over Lambeau Field. And then you have the Bills, I think, same park. And then you have other fan bases that doesn't really seem to bother them nearly as much.
I mean, the Bills are getting a new stadium, and they're kind of, they have somewhat of a roof. It's a bowl, so it's not as bad. I feel like some of those colder teams kind of like the open field because it plays to an advantage. A team like Chicago, I would expect the open roof, a retractable roof. I'm not opposed to it. I like it. Certain places, I feel like there's just more that comes with if it's a retractable roof. There's multi-purpose, stadiums can be sold out for concerts and everything like that. So you kind of get your bang for your buck type situation. But I like the open arenas. I'm not opposed to them. Yes, I hate playing in the cold, but I kind of feel like that's a part of football. It's like the chain gang. Like now that they're trying to move away from it, it's like there's some things like I wish to not change. Or even if if you can build some type of structure like the Bills are, to where it's not as open as it was, but it has some type of a open ceiling. I'm not so far of everybody has to go to a dome or anything like that.
Yeah, I think you leave it to the owners. But I really don't. It doesn't bother me if you want to do the retractable roof. Part of me wants to romanticize it, but I wouldn't be breaking down because it is a business at the end of the day, and if they can put a roof that's retractable, then they can sell it for other venues as well. When it gets to the cold seasons, you're not going to have concerts at Soldier Field in the winter, not with the open roof. But if there's a roof on that retractable, you can close it up, and then you could keep making a bunch of revenue off it.
Also, I think in those colder states, like what it is, it's again making football, entertainment. So with a closed roof, you don't necessarily have to worry about the wind with passing. So teams like Miami, if Miami doesn't play in Arrowhead, they play, let's say, in Houston in the indoor facility and everything like that. You don't have to worry about, not being able to throw the ball down the field because of the wind or, being too cold and everything like that. So I think the aspect of the game to where you take the element out of it. And I'm kind of in the middle with that because, yes, I understand it like that's a fair game, but still, I mean, playing in the element is still a part of football, and that kind of makes it, what it is. So I'm not on either side. It's kind of maybe a necessary evil, and I can see why. Because, I mean, Minnesota, when, they used to play at the University of Minnesota Stadium, and it was outside before U.S. Bank was built, those games, where AP could just rack up. They weren't throwing too much. You know what type of game it was. Now with U.S. Bank Arena open and everything like that, the Vikings look completely different in an enclosed arena.
Yeah, my whole thing is you can open up the roof if you want. So you get both in the same option. It's a little bit different because you got the walls around you, but if you really want to let the cold in, there's nothing stopping you from just going ahead and opening the roof. But, fans, we're at a point where a lot of fans, I was talking to Chris Raff about it yesterday, where he was remembering a game where they went to Norman, Oklahoma, and Nebraska was playing, and he said, I know Nebraska won, but they almost wanted to leave at half because it was one of those games where it was just that brutally cold that if you're playing, moving around, sweating, you can kind of work into it. If you're just sitting there on your butt, some of those games are brutal. And it's not so much the snow as it is you do just run into some of those games where the wind chill is so bad that, I mean, if you're just sitting there and you're in the nosebleeds in particular, that's a long night. But, at the end of the day, like, I think I'm not against it. I'm not for it either. I just don't understand people when they have a major stink about putting a roof over a stadium, especially if it's retractable. Because if it's retractable, not quite the same, but you still get that option to bring in the elements if you choose to do so. With that being said, Demorne, we can do a little bit of more stadium talk. Who do you think has the best stadium in the NFL?
Right now?
Right now.
Ooh, I think it's a toss-up between three stadiums.
And I'm mixing in the culture with not just like how nice it looks, but a little bit of the culture as well.
Well, that's hard because, I mean, like I said, you got two organizations literally just built their field within the past 3 years. SoFi and Allegiant Stadium. I mean, it's hard to not go with them. I mean, the Raiders being in Vegas, and that attraction and everything like that, and that being right off the strip. I mean, you can make it what you want it to be. Not if I don't have to pick necessarily those two. I think AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
I mean, Jerry is what Jerry is. I mean, it's nicknamed Jerry Roy for a reason. Regardless of how obnoxious the Cowboys fans are and everything like that, I think it's a good atmosphere to be in. If you are a Cowboys fan, like the access of the players walking through the middle, and you can kind of be there, the restaurants in there and whatnot. Jerry's facility. It's honestly second to none. If I didn't have to go with one of the other newer two stadiums.
I'm in that same ballpark. I was, going to throw in probably AT&T, Allegiant, SoFi, if I'm just going for the nicest, shiniest new stadiums out there.
Yeah.
But if I'm going for culture, and this one kills me, does Lambeau Field belong in the top 5?
I think so.
Okay. I really do.
I think so.
Why is it to you? And then I'll give my reasons. And real quick before you do so, we are back live on the Brick and Mortar. We finished up with the Royals. Final score up. They were up 4-3 unless disaster happened. Yeah, Royals win it. They go up 74-72 is their overall record. 2 games above 500. They win it versus the Cleveland Guardians 4-3. We'll have to check in later how far back they are, but I know at the end of last night they were 4 games back. I'll have to look at all the other scores that happen around the MLB to see where they sit, but a little bit of life still there for the Kansas City Royals. So if you guys want to text in, this is the Don't Punt Hour. We do have Demorne Pierson-El on the Allo VIP line. when they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. 402-464-5685. All right, now back to Lambeau Field. Why does that one, in your mind, belong to be a top 5 NFL stadium?
I think just the historic of, Lombardi and that place, that the Packers have had their rich history and stuff and everything like that. It's kind of like the Rose Bowl stadium in Pasadena. It's kind of it has that, aesthetics, and it's just one of those things kind of grandfathered in. It's like paying tribute to, history and whatnot. You can't be wrong with it, and you can't really go against it. You can, not like the Packers. You can be a rival division, but you still have to respect, what they've done there and the types of games that, have been played there from Favre, from Rodgers, and beforehand. It's just a whole lot to goes with that, and you can't overlook that.
Yeah, and last year when they hosted the draft, you kind of got to see how awesome, not just the stadium, but the location. Like, the location-wise, it's perfect. It's what I think every fan wants, to a degree, where it's kind of in a neighborhood where you can just go park, pay someone $20. Hey, can I park on your lawn so I go walk over to Lambeau Field? And people do that. They offer their lawn space as parking spots. Really cool the way it's just kind of netted into the community there. So as much as it kills me, Lambeau Field, it's awesome. Like, what that place is and kind of what it means. You don't want to go play in Lambeau Field late in the year when it's freezing. And that's just kind of stayed true. And it's an iconic field. Where would you put it if you were to actually rank it? I'd probably go 3.
I would think that's a fair spot.
Okay.
I would think that's definitely a fair spot.
Let me throw in, and you can tell me if I'm being biased. We'll keep it in the NFC North. U.S. Bank, Minnesota Vikings. Another really awesome. And I know you just talked a little bit earlier, but I mean, that's a bucket list place for me to go to. I really do want to check out U.S. Bank Stadium. It looks, every time I see it on TV, it looks like one of the better designed, well thought out arenas.
Yeah, it gets packed in there. It's loud when they do their skull thing. It's pretty awesome. I think a night game, it's electric in there. Top 5, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But it's definitely something to be said. I think they do have something special there and whatnot.
Good morning, Pierson-El. Possibly just lost the morning, Pierson-El.
No, you didn't lose me. What'd you say?
Okay. No, you keep going. I just asked if we lost you, but you're back, so we're good.
Yeah, no. I like Minnesota. It's tough to say top 5.
Okay, that's fair enough. Now I'm just going to pick some stadiums that I got a soft spot for. Lumen Field, Seahawks. I want to go. It looks really, really sweet location-wise where they have it. Another one that I just appreciate, Lucas Oil Stadium. It's just kind of an iconic, the exterior of it. You get that mean kind of old-school brick look to it. Not the nicest, definitely not the worst. It's kind of got a nice little ring to it. Before I get to the worst of the worst, you got any stadiums that maybe not the best, but you just really enjoy, whether when you play there yourself or visited watching a game?
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers Heinz Field, if it's still called Heinz, it may not.
It's not.
Heinz Field, the Steelers fans know this. So the owner has a phone, and they have that Steelers song. I think it's the Gallows or something like that. I can't remember. Whenever they need energy or something to be picked up or anything like that, the owner will literally call and tell them to play that song. And when I tell you, when that stadium hears the heartbeat, like it makes the stadium tremble, and that place goes crazy. By far, I think one of the better venues to play in, especially if it's a night game. If you've been to a Steelers Ravens game, completely different. I think the Steelers stadium doesn't get enough credit, and it's one of those things I think a lot of people have to go experience when that Steelers song is played and that heartbeat pulsates through the whole stadium. I mean, it erupts to another level.
That's a good one because that's kind of similar to Green Bay. The culture makes that place pop off to another level with the towels, and then again, You're the first one to inform me of the owner. He's the one who makes the call, which is incredible that he's the one who's making the call and deciding when he needs the energy from the fan base to pop off so they can give that team a little bit of extra push. But no, really cool traditions.
Oh, man.
Well, go ahead.
Seattle Stadium, I've been there, played there. That's another good stadium. I think definitely in the top 5. I think one stadium that doesn't get enough credit, and I know they haven't been necessarily as good probably as recently, but New Orleans Stadium. I think the whole with Contrita and kind of how the city has like responded and rebounded from all of that and everything like that. And then when Sean Payton was down there and doing good and everything like that, the Superdome was a different place. And I know it may be not as, winning culture kind of right now, but I think that the Superdome doesn't get as much credit as it should, honestly.
The only problem I got with the what is it? Yeah, Caesars Dome, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Caesars Superdome. So ugly on the outside. It's cool on the inside. The outside, it's hideous. It's just a big metal dot.
Well, it's what's all on the inside. Doesn't that matter? Ain't that what people say?
Well, I mean, when the problem is you're not going to talk to the lady first unless the outside is at least intriguing. Good morning, Pierson-El. So there's a little bit of both.
Wow.
You got to get people in the doors.
Judging book by its cover, I see how it is. What about the personality people? I got you.
Hey, well, we all like to say these things and be cute with it, but then reality hits. And I've picked up a lot of books and put it down because the cover wasn't that great. All right. Give me the worst. And
worst
I'll go first here. I mean, DP walked in, so I'm a little bit nervous to say it, but you've probably been there yourself. Commanders, Northwest.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's on a like an Indian graveyard or something like that. I don't want to misquote the story and everything like that. But the Commanders have definitely, they're bringing the team back to DC. I think they're starting a new stadium back at the old site, which will be nice. But yeah, no, the Commander Stadium, I think for sure is one of the worst stadiums in pro football.
Well, that's the one where you don't want to be the stadium, but there'll be like a sewage pipe leaking or breaking out or something flooding into the hallway. And when I see those, it's been like a few times where it's been Northwest Stadium and the Commanders, where things are just old, not working properly. And if you don't, like me, just a kid in the middle of the country in Nebraska talking about Northwest Stadium, the Commanders were given an F grade in the annual NFL player survey from the team's locker rooms. So
yeah, trash, terrible.
Whatever the locker room's like when you were playing. In that stadium, if you did get to play there, I'm not sure.
A bit outdated. It's just kind of, how people come in and just put new carpet over stuff, or like new wallpaper up. It seems like a quick fix to kind of like, oh, it's new, but it's really not new. It needs a well-deserved facelift. It just seems like they're a bit behind with some things. Things are just old, and nothing's wrong with being, too old, but it just looks like it's outdated, and it's kind of, it needs to be replaced and moving forward into, better, newer age of times. And they're just kind of stuck with what it is. I mean, look at the management. I mean, I think the new management is taking over, and they're making things a lot differently than the old management. So that is a plus. So it's one of those things that you just kind of got to wait and hold out and see.
Moving on here. Jaguars. This one, it's like nothing out of it that just sticks out of the way. It just doesn't look great.
I actually like the Jaguar Stadium. I'm not sure if a lot of people know, but they have like a pool actually in their stadium, and it's pretty neat. I think their mascot jumps from off the top of the stadium and like kind of bungee cords or zip lines in. It's pretty cool. I think Duval is a nice community that gets behind their sports. I wouldn't say it's top 5 worst. I don't think so.
Okay, and well, even if you do agree with me, it won't be that case any long because they let's see, I do believe, last summer the city did approve $1.4 billion project to revamp the stadium, and it's expected to be ready for 2028. So they're going to revamp it, and in about well, really soon here. 3 more years, 2028, we'll get to see, what those revamps look like. And I did not know they had a pool in there. The pool always, I don't care if the pool's tacky, gives it a few points for me. If you got a pool in there, I'll take it out of the worst of the worst. Are there any other ones that stick out before we go to some NFL picks here on this Wednesday?
I think the Brown Stadium, I think it's a nice environment but for whatever reason, it feels a bit collegiate. And not to say that that's a bad thing, but on a pro level, I feel like I was expecting more. I do like that they have grass field. It is right there on the water and everything like that. But it's just, you know how you take something and something is off and it's just missing. I get that feeling with the Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Maybe it's just missing the football, the good football. I mean, that's part of it is you go there and you don't always walk out feeling great if you're a Browns fan more often than not. Otherwise, the rest of these, I do think that one's a little bit underwhelming. Otherwise, a lot of these I don't really think deserve to be that low of a title. Like, I think the Commanders is the one where they obviously need to do some updates. Everybody else is kind of in that, if not great, not terrible, where they can get by for a few more years. So that's all the honorable mentions I got. You can maybe throw in, what am I blanking on, where the Jets play? MetLife. Yeah. You can maybe throw in MetLife, but like I said, I watched it on TV and it doesn't look like disdainly gross and like, I wouldn't want to go there. It's just not as nice as SoFi. When you look at some of the newer stadiums, it's a strong comparison, but in reality, all the other ones aren't too bad. It's not in a situation where you get to the MLB and some of those MLB fields, you're like, you guys need a new one now. NFL, there's only like a couple teams, 3 teams where you think they definitely need an upgrade. Even like the Titans, although that isn't the coolest looking stadium, location wise, that skyline, how it's kind of in the heart of downtown, like I wouldn't want to move it. It's still in a really awesome spot that kind of saves it. So a lot of these stadiums, even if it's not the coolest or nicest one, like the location of it makes it still worthwhile having. And even with the Saints in that Caesar Dome, like location's still pretty great there. So I can understand why you do just revamp it as opposed to try to go move somewhere else. But that being said, let's start off with some NFL picks. And we'll do one or maybe a couple, and then we'll throw it to break, and then we'll wrap up with a few more. So let's go. We'll pick the very first game tomorrow. Commanders-Packers. It is in a Lambeau Field.
That was a tough one. I think that's going to be a really, really good game. I'm rolling with the Commanders.
Ooh. On the road. Who do you have more confidence in, Jordan Love or Daniels?
It's still early in the season. Jordan Love hasn't gotten hurt yet, but it's a flip of a coin. Like he can rear his intangibles to make things a bit ugly. I kind of feel like I don't want to say it's do or die for him, but you kind of know he's going to play 4 ugly games a year. And I think just with how the Commanders are and everything like that, this is a trap game. And it can be one of those things. I understand they have Mika and whatnot, but I don't think the Commanders are scared. They can go toe to toe. So as of right now, I'm gonna go with Jada Daniels and Kingsbury. I think until I see something different, I'm gonna roll with them.
Okay, head coaching edge: LaFleur or Quinn? I'm going LaFleur.
I'm going Quinn.
Okay, I don't hate it that much, but LaFleur's been there for a long time. I'm just going with the time compared to Quinn, but Quinn's cooking something up too, so I'll give it to you.
I mean, Quinn has been in the game longer. He's been to Super Bowls. He's been around. In the year that he's been with Washington, he's took them as far as he did. He's reloaded the defense. He's brought in a lot of players and whatnot. And for whatever reason, like I said, that the Packers might start off well, they just don't finish. And I don't see Quinn to have that. So I'm rolling with Quinn's veteranship over LaFleur's.
All right, we'll pick this game just because it's somewhat interesting and be more because of what the Giants. We'll see what they try to do. But Giants Cowboys. get-right game for the Cowboys? You think they get through pretty easily, or do you think we're going to run into more Cowboys woes week 2? Even if they win, I think if it's choppy, people are going to be really concerned.
I think this one's going to be an interesting game. Again, divisional rivals.
Well, that's the part. Those divisional rivals always play closer.
I want to pick the Giants. I really do. But how the Eagles didn't have Jalen Carter, so I really don't know what things will look like, or how good or how efficient the Cowboys would have really been if Jalen Carter would have been here. I think he's probably the best defensive tackle in the game right now. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they got 4 first rounders on the Giants, defensive line. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think
that'd be a lot of fun. I'm going with the Cowboys. I like Russell Wilson, but man, he was running for his life a lot in that last game, and it got.
That's the offensive line, though. That's not, it's only so much that you can put on Russ, and I understand he's a quarterback, but I mean it's a team sport, and he has to get it, help a lot, and I understand he has to throw the ball better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was running for his life. Like, he wasn't getting a whole lot of help. I felt bad for Russell Wilson because it was hard to ask a lot from him in that last game, the way he was getting pressured.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance on the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Again, division rival. The hot seat is turning up in New York. I think they can pull it out.
I hope you're right, because Russell Wilson is at such a weird arc in his career. It's like now I'm almost kind of rooting for him sometimes because of how much everyone just absolutely threw him over the bridge and was just washed their hands. Ever since the Danger Witch, that's really been his downfall. But like I said in that last game, he was, just running around. It got to a point where he did have this one throw, I want to say it was like maybe the third quarter, where he took an absolute shot because it just kind of got to the point where he's like, if I want to get any deep completion, I'm just going to have to get lit up here because there's not enough time regardless. And he did so. He threw a great ball. He got absolutely destroyed for it, but they got the completion. They moved the chains, but then after that, they tried to run it, and I think it was like 3 and out after that. So I think Russell Wilson's trying over there, but like I said, I just don't like the offensive line right now in its current state. Hopefully that was just a bad showing, but if they don't fix that, you're really lucky they don't have Parsons right now because he just wreaked havoc on that Giants offensive line. With that being said, we will go ahead and throw it to break. I'm going with the Cowboys. I think they will get right. I think they were more impressive than the Eagles. You take away the CD drops, who knows? They probably come out and win that game, but that's my pick. I'm going Cowboys. You're going Giants. And you went Commanders, right?
Yes, I went Commanders. Yep.
All right. I'll go Commanders with you. I don't want to root for the Packers. So we'll talk about a few more games on the other side. We'll throw it to break, and we'll pick the more significant ones before we go ahead and get out of here and throw it to the next show. Chris Raff is back as well. So don't go anywhere. Throwing it to break. Don't punt the hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, the former Husker, on the Yellow VIP line. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
Hey guys, it's Nick. We had a great week 1 high school football matchup where Lincoln North Star got the 14-10 win over Lincoln Southwest, but now it's time to turn our attention to one of the best rivalries in Nebraska. This Friday at 8 p.m., join me and Jay Foreman for Lincoln Southeast versus Lincoln Southwest. Southeast is coming in off of a dominating 30-0 win versus Grand Island, while the Silverhawks look to get their first win of the 2025 season. Kickoff is slated for 8 p.m. from Seacrest Field, with pregame coverage beginning at 7:45. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night for Lincoln Southeast versus Lincoln Southwest, right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through September 14th, enjoy 10-ounce USDA Choice Top Sirloins for $7.99 each. All natural 5-ounce pork ribeye chops, 5 for $5. All natural pork belly, $3.99 per pound. And Bush Light 30 packs for just $18.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Sometimes it's hard to know if substance use is becoming a problem, especially when it becomes part of daily life or social routines. Take the free assessment, Is Your Substance Use Harmful?, at myhealthymind.credibleminde.com so you can understand your risk. You can take the assessment anonymously. In just minutes, you'll get practical, non-judgmental guidance and resources to support your health and well-being. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in 93.7 The Ticket. We do got the Morning Pierson-El on the Allo VIP line. It's been a crazy day. I'll say that much without getting into any of the details of everything that happened. It's nice to just come here and talk sports and just relax. You know, I say it all the time. Hug your neighbors. Chill out. It's always tough, but pay attention to the people that are near you, around you. They're the ones that are going to affect your life the most. And it's nice when we can all come back in the community. Just talk sports, because that's always the safe spot. There's a reason I did sports, not politics, this morning. It's because I like the easier conversation. I like having fun with the community. All right. With that being said, moving on here. We'll talk some more NFL. What is the biggest game for you? I mean, the one that I'm circling, obviously, is Bears-Lions, because I think there's a lot on the line. But this slate is certainly a drop-off from what last week was. Is there any game outside? Well, never mind. I do see the game that's the biggest one. Eagles and Chiefs. But any game outside of that you really want to dive into before we get out of here?
Honestly, I think the Steelers-Seahawks game could be interesting. I think Bears-Lions game could be interesting. I think the Bills-Jets, I think outweighs those other two games just by a little bit. What the Jets were able to do last week against Pittsburgh, running the ball, how Justin Fields looked, they outright probably should have won the game. So I'm interested to see how week 2 follows up against, the MVP of the league and the Bills. I really want Justin Fields to succeed, because I think a lot of people have kind of written him off, and he's gotten the short end of the stick. So if the Jets can come out and shock it and take one from the Bills, I think that's definitely, turning the page and then moving in the right direction for sure.
I like that one. Was Justin Fields finding himself in MetLife on your bingo card with the New York Jets?
No.
No. I'm here for it, though. I've always really liked Justin Fields. Even when he was traded from the Bears, I was really hoping that he would figure it out. I didn't think he would be able to do it at the Jets. I thought the Steelers he would. It was really just great to see him have that kind of performance, and good to see the Jets actually have some life. And I know they still lost, but I don't think anybody thought they're going to score 30 points against, like you said, that's a good Steelers defense. And you guys did some good damage, consistent running through the air. And through the air was always the biggest thing with Justin Fields, is like, can he be accurate? And he finally showed that he does have some accuracy in him, or at least he's improved it quite a bit. And week 1, we'll see. Week 2, week 3, week 4, if he can keep it up. But yeah, I was more than happy to see him have that kind of success with the Jets, despite the loss happening in there. Eagles, Chiefs. In Arrowhead.
I think the Chiefs start out 0-2.
Okay. No one's going to be upset if the Chiefs start 0-2, except for the people in Kansas City and the few Chiefs fans that we do have here around the Lincoln area. What's missing from the Chiefs this year that years prior where they would just kind of cruise through a lot of these matchups, even a tough Eagles matchup? A lot of people would be saying Chiefs, but even before the season started, a lot of people weren't entirely sure how this Chiefs roster was going to look. To you, what are the biggest weaknesses when you were watching Chiefs football?
I think offensive line has been a weakness of theirs for a while. The people fantasize and go off about Mahomes extending the play and everything like that. But when you look at it, his offensive line is the reason of him having to run for his life and extend things. So I think they've tightened that up a little bit better. Of course, now with the injuries and, the wide receivers and kind of the revolving door of, honestly, ever since Tyreek Hill left, Demarcus Robinson left, Sammy Watkins left, they just haven't been the same. And I think before Rice got suspended and Worthy got hurt and everything like that, I think that was the closest to when they had Demarcus Robinson, when they had Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill. All of those guys were running, low 4.3s. So I think they were close to getting back to that. And then, they've been hurt and suspended. So they're just not, it's just not catching. It's just not clicking. And I think people, again, the fear factor of being afraid to play them and everything like that, I think people are over that. And it's just like, you know what, we can smack them in their mouth too, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's kind of what it feels like. The fear factor's gone a little bit with the Chiefs, and to where I think you're absolutely right. It's been a combination of injuries and then just a revolving door, where sometimes that revolving door, you don't get to retain all the culture when your door just keeps swinging open. someone that's going to escape through the door. And I think that's kind of what's happening to the Chiefs, to where they just need some of those. Guys staying healthy would be great help. Just staying out of trouble and all that X stuff off the field. But then the other part is, to your point, like, they just really haven't had a stay player outside of Mahomes and Kelsey. Like, who do you think of as being that guy for the Chiefs who's been part of that group? It's like Andy Reid, Mahomes, Kelsey. You get to the wide receiver room, like you said, it's been a revolving door. Offensive line hasn't been great. The running backs have kind of just been, we'll find some good backs.
Same thing.
Yep.
Honestly, I mean, ever since Kareem Hunt left the first time, don't get me wrong, Pacheco has been nice and everything like that, but Pacheco isn't anything near what Kareem Hunt was before, his incident and all of that happened. Kareem Hunt was setting the market differently. And I mean, even when he came back last year after Pacheco got hurt, it was fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And apologies there. I just hit you with an early ad break right there, but we'll wrap it up here, as we actually are to the top of the clock here. But as saying, I completely agree. Like, the Chiefs, they just haven't had that consistency there. And to your point, like, I like Pacheco. I think he's a great back, but it was a different feeling when Hunt was in the backfield with Mahomes. And you also had Tyreek Hill out there. I mean, that was just a horrifying Kansas City Chiefs team for a while. And then it's always hard to keep these super teams together because everyone wants a little bit more money. But that's kind of where I'm at as well. I just think it's been really hard for the Chiefs to keep so many great players together. And then when that door's swinging open, bringing new guys in, new guys out, it's just tough to keep that DNA there. Now, they'll still be good as long as Mahomes and Andy Reid are there. They can patch it up a lot quicker than pretty much every other franchise. But I think that's where they're at right now, is they're in a situation where they don't really know what they quite have yet. So I'm right there with you. Chiefs start 0-2. We'll wait and find out what it looks like come this weekend, though. But this has been the Don't Punt Hour. That's the Morning Pierson-El. I'm Harrison Arns. Don't go anywhere. Chris Raff, he's coming up next year right here on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a